G'day gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. In this video, going to be breaking down the cost and time required to grind a tier 4 character. So I'm talking about from tier 3 to tier 4 and what sort of cost is actually involved. So what I'm going to do is kind of backtrack, right? So I'm going to have a look at the actual material requirements which have been calculated to actually get a character to tier 4, and I'll chuck that up on the screen now. And what you will see here is you will need 5,833 carbonadium, 2250 life seed, which I do question the actual title of that material. I don't know why they called it that. Soul of Faltine, 4,856, and obviously you need 10 books as well. Now, I don't want to totally discount the tier 3 materials required to rank up to tier 4 either, so I'll just quickly show them on screen as well. So Essence of Dimension 2,807, Titans Component Packs 2,061, and CCF approximately 1,744. Okay, so these values are based on averages for tier 4 materials, and why I say they're based on averages is obviously with the gear. The amount used per gear can be a bit variable. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at in terms of requirements. There's a lot of materials. For the purpose of this video, we're going to discount the tier 3 materials. We're not going to consider them, even though obviously for some players, I know that they are a significant issue as well, the tier 3 materials. So Essence, Dimension, Times, Component Packs, and CCF. So they're the requirements. Where am I at currently? Okay, so if I have a look at my inventory here, what I'll find is, just got to move that out of the way, sorry. What I'll find is that I am, sorry guys, I've got 1,370 life seeds, 2,637 carbonadium, and 2,550 souls of Faltine. So I know for a fact that I've got 150 soul of Faltine every day, including the day that the update dropped, right? I've run it every day. I've got the 150. It usually takes 80 boost points one time, 80 boost points a second time, and then 40 boost points. And that's always with 3 players. So whether I'm carrying someone or whether I'm actually playing with my alliance mates, it's usually 3 times a day. So I mean, while we're talking about this, we may as well touch on the fact the additional time to run this giant boss raid is significant in itself, say compared to running with Master Mold or even Galactus for that matter. Running Dormammu is an extensive process, even with a very powerful crew at your disposal. And if there is no crew available, so for me in particular, I'm on a different time zone, I'm often carrying 2 guys that I don't know, 2 randos, which I don't mind doing. I'm not whinging about that. But the additional time for for giant boss raid is extensive. So let's just say you need 3 runs per day. Let's just say that's an extra, 7 minutes per run compared to what you would normally do with Master Mold. And considering you go into a lobby, you have to wait for ages, the cutscenes, the actual time at the end as well. That's probably around about right. Okay, so that's 21 minutes per day on top of what it used to take to play Master Mold and Galactus. This is my opinion, right? You guys might get through it quicker. It might even take you longer than that. You might take the full 10 minutes to knock this guy down. Either way, it's a significant time cost on top of the material cost. So I do want to sort of mention that as well. The other thing that I will mention is I have been doing World Boss Legend every single day. So for 17 days straight, so if we just backwards calculate, we can get 150 souls of Faltine per day. I've got 2,550. I know that's 17 days grind. Okay. What I was getting onto just before though, I've been doing World Boss Legend every single day. So you guys might say, okay, so the amount of materials, maybe you're not even doing World Boss Legend every day. Total garbage, because I've been doing it every single day, mainly Infinity Ultron. I've been rolling Mephisto, sometimes, very rarely Null, and I have actually been rolling World Boss of the Day to make sure that I get the maximum amount of materials. Probably out of those 17 days, there would be 3 times when I have not had a World Boss rolled for boss of the day, and in that case I've just run World Boss Legend without him being boss of the day. Okay, so I've been grinding my ass off to get these materials, to get where I'm at the moment. In terms of my materials, I have been really grinding to the maximum. And I'm sort of thinking World Boss Legend takes a little bit longer if you are grinding it as well compared to, say, normal World Boss. You also don't pick up normal Odin's Blessings from World Boss Legend, as we all know, so there is another slight penalty there. So let's just say an extra couple of minutes per round to play World Boss Legend compared to maybe what you were doing before, because you're pushing higher levels, you're trying to get more materials. We're up to probably an extra half-hour a day, in my opinion, playing this game to grind the tier 4 materials. Okay, so that's one cost. Now the actual materials, how long is it going to take us to get a tier 4 based on this information? Well, what I'll do is I'll just put this little table up. So we've got the full requirements up on the top row there. We've got how many materials I've actually accrued after 17 days, and then the percentage, that's where I'm at currently after 17 days worth of grinding. So 45% carbonadium, 61% life seed, solar feltine 46%, Book of Ashanti, obviously I've got 10. So I haven't bought anything, right? I haven't bought any of these packages that are in store. I have no intention of buying these packages that are in store, because Netmarble's tactic is usually to make these things extremely inaccessible and then gradually get more accessible as time goes on. It's a pure freaking rip-off, right, this stuff. If you bought it, good luck to you, but really you're probably just making it a little bit harder for the rest of us, because they'll just keep those packs in store longer and can continue to make the materials hard to obtain while other people are buying those packs. Enough said. Okay, so breaking it all down, how many days is it going to take us based on my grinding rate, which I believe would probably be up there as the highest, one of the highest grind rates. I don't think everyone would probably be putting as much time and effort in as what I have. So if we sort of roll that down and calculate the number of days for each tier 4 material requirements, we find out that the carbonadium number of days to get the required 5,833 is 37 days. The life seeds is going to take 28 days to get enough for a tier 4. And then the solar feltine, 37 days again. So very, very similar to the carbonadium. So those two are actually the bottleneck. And the books may be an issue in the future, I guess, because they put them on that rotating thing, but I really can't see that happening. I really think it's going to be these tier 4 materials that are going to be the bottleneck. But effectively, we've got 37 days to grind for a tier 4. Now, 37 days is a hell of a long time when you're doing one tier 4 every 2 weeks. When they're implementing one tier 4 every 2 weeks, and it's going to take us 5 weeks for each tier 4 to actually grind to each tier 4. So, I don't know, for me, there's certainly an imbalance in the game. Number one, it's additional time to grind, but secondarily, 5 weeks to grind enough materials for a tier 4 is kind of ridiculous. And the question then is, who is going to be brave enough to blow their 5 weeks worth of grinding when the meta shifts so quickly? Because in another 5 weeks, that meta that you've built up to be tier 4 could be replaced, and that is the speed of this game, right? That's how things occur. So I suppose the overarching question is this amount of tier 4 materials, given their scarcity and the goal of actually obtaining a tier 4, is it a reasonable goal? Because what you find, and based on my experience of running businesses and just general life, right, if you give people an unobtainable goal, they tend to basically not even consider it as a goal. So they dismiss it. So the goal is counterproductive compared to what your outcome is. That you actually want to, you want that individual to be motivated and to achieve that goal. And to be honest, I think that's where a lot of people are at in terms of Marvel Future Fight at this point in time. They think tier 4s are an unachievable goal. 5 weeks for a tier 4 to grind is unrealistic, and Netmarble really needs to figure out some other way of distributing these materials outside of these packs, which are a total rip-off. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this video, and I'm going to make this a crystal giveaway video. Please comment below. Please comment with your thoughts as to where you think things are in terms of tier 4 materials, and you could win win a crystal voucher, 300 crystals each. I've got 20 to give away. It'll be based on the comments from this video, and I'll do the draw over the next couple of weeks and do another video publishing the winners. Alright guys, really interested in your thoughts, so make sure you comment. Have a good weekend, and catch you later.